We're taking you around the sponge capital of the world, also known as Tarpon Springs.
Let's go! We're going to give you our thoughts based on our first and only time so far driving through the area. We thought it was really, really cool.
If you're looking to move to Florida, make sure to contact me. I am a realtor in the Sarasota County area, but I know great realtors throughout Florida. My information will be in the description box below. Tarpon Springs, it's a very nice city. It actually, when we were there, we thought it looked like almost like a different country, like a little island, and we did some research when we came home, and is actually a city that's inspired by Greece. So when we drive around, you'll see there is the flag of the United States, and they also have a Greek flag, which is pretty cool.
And as you can see, there's lots of water. So like this whole like downtown area that we kept driving past, basically there was water along all of it, which gave it a very unique feel. So many little shops, restaurants, lots of people walking around. And the one thing I think we both thought was cool and would make it worth coming back to was there was also a lot of variety as far as the types of food and things like that at the restaurants. It was very multicultural from what we saw anyway.
Yes, a lot of Greek food, but also a lot of just different kinds of cuisine. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe there was some Caribbean stuff, and I can't remember all what was there off the top of my head, but I was just impressed compared to some of the other smaller cities I've been to in the Florida Gulf Coast area.
Here we're driving by the historic sponge docks, which is one of the things that Tarpon Springs is known for.
And just to read you a few things off that we got from the Visit Florida website here and some interesting things about the area. It was actually named after the tarpon fish that are in the water. I guess there's a lot of them in the nearby waters. It's, which we knew this, 45 minutes north of St. Petersburg on Florida's Gulf Coast. And it has 51 miles of waterfront allure is what the wording they use. And the downtown center, which we're in right now in this video, is actually listed on the National Register of Historic Places. And it says you can stroll along brick streets while browsing in art galleries, antique stores, and specialty shops housed in buildings dating from the late 1800s. So plenty of history there.
You can certainly tell too by the buildings. They do seem not old, but a little bit older inspired. So that makes it a little more charming too.
Yeah, you can tell by some of the architecture and design of some of the buildings with some of the columns and some of the brick buildings. Definitely has that history to it, which adds a lot of character for sure. Keep an eye, as we're driving, maybe pause and rewind at certain spots, just at some of the signs above these stores and shops that we're going past, because there is really quite a bit of different stuff. And the thing that was really cool to me was we were like on one of the main highways, and we happened to see a sign by chance. We thought we saw all of Tarpon Springs, and we're like, okay, this isn't that great. And all of a sudden I saw a sign for the downtown, and we drove down it, and we're like, okay, we've been going for a little while. Where's this downtown? And we go a little further, and then we end up in this area, and it's like, okay, it'll probably be a block or two. And it just kept going. It was like a really big downtown area. And so that was really cool to just kind of find this, for us at the time anyway, was like almost this hidden gem. I'm sure locals know how to get to it easily, but it kind of caught us by surprise, I think, how big it was and how much was there.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it too is that it's pretty much all of it, it's waterfront. So you're walking and you can just feel the breeze, or driving through, you can feel the breeze. So yeah, that was very, very cool.
And I think it's just this combination of factors that gives it a very unique vibe. The different buildings, the different architecture, the history, of the buildings, the different types of cultural cuisine and shops and all that, and then having it all right on the water. And the fact that there's also multiple different streets to it. It's not like the downtown is just, you have one really long road that is kind of like one of your main chunks of downtown, but then there was another one that was a pretty long road that seemed like it had a lot going on it as well. So, and then I think there was a couple other like little side streets that had a little bit of stuff on them too. So everything together gave it a very cool vibe.
Yeah, we're actually driving a lot of this area. It's near the downtown. But there's also like residential, so like there is a lot of housing very, very close to the side streets in the downtown area.
Yeah, and I remember one of those pockets too that we drove by was really close to like the downtown, but then there was like this big open grassy park area that also had some water by it. So just a very pleasant city overall, I would say. And one thing that was cool about it too is you kind of get some of those small town feels from it, but there's a lot more stuff. Like, it's not big buildings like a big city would have. It's small town vibe looking buildings and stores and shops, but it covers a big area, and there was a lot of people there. It's just this interesting combination of things.
Where we're driving on right now, it's a little bit farther from the sponge dock areas. This is still, I believe, technically downtown, but it's much different. It's a lot of brick roads, very walkable. As we were driving around the city, we just try to keep our camera rolling just because we wanted to show you not only the downtown area or the cool areas, but also like how the houses look and some of the businesses that are not, like right on the downtown, that they're a little more to the side roads.
And to give you a little more context as far as where it's located, so it's going to be on Florida's west coast, like we said earlier, by the Gulf Coast. And it's 45 minutes north of St. Petersburg, making it even closer to Clearwater, which is a pretty popular destination, probably about a 30-minute drive to Clearwater, very well known for its beaches. Probably about 45 minutes to an hour south of Spring Hill. And then you got like Sarasota, Bradenton, all that is going to be further south of it than St. Petersburg. So you're probably looking at hour and a half, 2-hour drive, depending on which city you're going to and which end of it. So you are situated pretty close to a lot of those cities. And then on top of that, Tampa is east, kind of southeast of it.
And also, it's very close to Dunedin.
Dunedin? We always say it wrong.
And the downtown in Dunedin, we actually also did a video there. It's a very nice downtown, a little bit smaller, not a waterfront downtown, but it's a very cool area. So if you don't want to, deal with the tourists in Tarpon Springs, you can just go to downtown Dunedin and enjoy a nice walk there as well.
And I just pulled it up. It's a 46-minute drive to Tampa, which is awesome because, Tampa, there's plenty to do in. It's a very nice city. I like it a lot. St. Petersburg, you got a lot of options there, a lot of different stuff to do. And on top of that, they all have their own downtown. So it's just, you're situated in an area where you're pretty close to a lot of other things to do.
And if you've never been to any of those cities, we do have a lot of videos on most of those cities. I think the only one we don't have a video for is Tampa and Clearwater. So let us know if you want us to take a trip down there and get a video up on the channel for you. But St. Pete, we have a video. Dunedin,
Sarasota, we do. Bradenton driving through. And again, if you want more of any of those videos or videos of those cities, let us know. Sarasota, we have quite a bit of on the channel because we're based in Venice. So we have a lot of videos of Venice and Sarasota area, but we are trying to branch out a little more.
Yeah, and Sarasota is just a short drive for us. So we end up driving there a lot and taking you along with us.
Drop a comment for us. Let us know which you prefer, small town vibes or big city vibes.
For me, it depends on the day. Sometimes I'm like big city girl, and then sometimes I'm like, no, thank you. I'm a small town girl.
Yeah, just depends on the mood, which I think is really one of the nice things about the Gulf Coast area because you're situated in a way where it's very easy and quick to get to a lot of different types of cities. Like we said, we're in Venice, so it's very easy to get to more of a slightly bigger city vibe in Sarasota. It's about anywhere, depends on what end of the city you're on, but anywhere from like a 20-minute to maybe a 40-minute drive. Same with Tarpon Springs. You're really close to St. Petersburg, or Tampa for sure is a big city. So you don't have to go far to get the other vibe, or you could live in the big city and then go to one of these if you want more of the quaint downtown or country feel. And one thing that always stands out to me, like I think that makes an area feel nice and that I'm seeing here and remembering from Tarpon Springs is the trees. There's just a lot of trees throughout the city. I feel like that does a lot to just make the vibe a lot more relaxing and calming and just seem nice. And of course, in the hot Florida summers, that shade comes in handy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tarpon Springs has a lot of trees in this downtown area and also a lot of brick roads. So that's why the video it's a little bit shaky, but it does look nice. The brick roads.
Kind of funny how the brick roads look nice, but they make the video not look nice. Mm-hmm.
If you're looking to move to Florida, make sure to contact me. I am a realtor in the Sarasota County area, but I know great realtors throughout Florida. My information will be in the description box below.
If you found the video entertaining or helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications to catch the newest videos, and live breezy.